game Sunday against Tampa Bay. The Chargers got blown out 40-17. They were shut out in the second half. The Chargers defense gave up 511 yards in total offense and 4 touchdown passes to Tampa Bay quarterback Baker Mayfield. The Chargers are now 8-6. They need to regroup in a hurry. They play Denver Thursday night at SoFi. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Somebody bring out the confetti, baby!
Starting Monday, January 6th, KBLA Talk 1580 has a new midday lineup.
I'm excited!
Are you ready for Tavis Smiley, Dr. Cornell West, Jesse Jackson Jr., D.L. Hughley, and E. Quarterly Corte back-to-back?
Oh my God!
Are you really ready for all this smoke?
I'm ready, brother.
Yes, we still have Dominique DiPrima in the mornings and Zoe Williams in the evenings, but middays just got lit on KBLA Talk 1580.
We on fire.
All across America, people are talking about our new midday lineup. Starting Monday, January 6th, our KBLA 1580 app downloads are on fire because everybody's going to be tuning in.
Yes, I love you guys. You are the bomb.
Now would be a good time to hit up SMB at KBLA1580.com if you want folks to hear about your business or brand. That's SMB at KBLA1580.com. It's going up in 2025 on KBLA Talk 1580.
It's going up.
That's what I want.
KBLA Talk 1580 invites you to join us in celebrating the season of giving by being part of the solution. As we enjoy great food, family, warmth, and well wishes in whatever our festive tradition may be, we share the beauty of the season by reaching out to the less fortunate. Please help us to help others with the KBLA Cover the Houseless Cozy Community Coat and Blanket Drive. All you have to do is drop off new or clean, gently used winter coats and blankets in the KBLA lobby during business hours. Now through December 20th, all of the coats and blankets will be donated to unsheltered individuals and families experiencing houselessness. Simply bring your donation to 4434 Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles, near Vernon Avenue, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. That's 4434 Crenshaw in historic Leimert Park. During the holidays and every day, let's remember, we keep us safe. We keep us warm. We are the safety net, and together we can cover the unsheltered. Get caught up in the spirit of the season, the spirit of love. Make a difference with your friends at KBLA Talk 1580.
First things first.
First things first, it's the DU General, Money B. I'ma put you up on the schedule, 6 to 9, 8 weekdays, not 2 and 7. Let's go. We got a lot to talk about, so much to pedal through. Unapologetically progressive. Tune to KBLA 1580 to get the mess. We're your ancestors' favorite radio station. First black on talk radio, left side of the nation. Me and Dominique DiPrima go way back. Tag Smiley making sure the station stays black. Discussing all the issues in our community. We're hosted black and brown and others find unity. So let's talk about it. Maybe we can improve it. Digital underground, always down with the movement. So we tune in. The first things first with the queen of black talk radio, Dominique DiPrima. Go sis.
First things first.
KBLA Talk 1580. Good morning and God bless. I'm Dominique DiPrima. The show is called First Things First, and my very, very, very first thing today and every single day, giving thanks giving praises and asking for blessings from God, asking for the blessings of the ancestors and the elders. And let's go. Yes, time to do a thing, a show, a community thing. Look, this is what we do on a Monday. On a Monday, the last Monday before Kwanzaa, the last Monday before Xmas week. Hour 1, we look left coast. Hour 2, we go national, international, and beyond. And in the third hour, we do a deep dive. Hot topic, person of interest. As you know, or if you don't know, now you know, you're always invited in this conversation. When it's Dominique DiPrima on the mic, it's a dialogue, not a monologue. So all you have to do is call 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580, and you're in. It's Monday, which means we'll get ourselves together here spiritually, vibrationally, because we'll have our Mindful Monday segment with Sahara Ali, a guided meditation and affirmation to set our intention for the week ahead. And I told you we were getting it together with our physical bodies as well for this holiday season. So we'll be joined in hour 3 by herbalist and gemstone expert McCoy Zeno. He's the one that does the sea moss as well. And we're going to look at the herbal medicine cabinet to get you through the holiday season. And Lord knows we could all use a little of that. If you have an ailment, physical, mental, or unexplained, he's not a doctor, so he's not going to prescribe, but he may have some suggestions of things you could do that would be helpful. So looking forward to that. So yeah, busy around here, and it's all about you. So hit me up. Obviously the phone. Join in on YouTube. It's youtube.com, KBLA 1580. And you can see me streaming, sleepy as all get out. It's a kind of sleepy that even makeup can't cover up. You could join the chat there. They always have a lot to say, and I'm loving that. So just go to YouTube and then type in KBLA 1580. That's the same typing that you do if you want to get us on your phone. If I sound like I'm super hyper, even though I'm completely sleep deprived, it's probably that full moon in Gemini, right? Because I am a Gemini. So the communication goes on 10. So let's do this. It'll be fun. 800-920-1580 once again is the number. And hit me up on socials. KBLA 1580, same thing, on everything. And I'm most frequently found hanging out, scrolling my life away on Instagram. So if you want to DM me, that's the platform I would suggest you use. What else, Miles? What else? What's up, Miles? What else?
What up, Dominique? How are you?
What else? Oh, I'm good, all things considered. Oh, what else? Oh, yeah. How was your weekend?
Man, it was good. I got a little bit of work. I got a little bit of slightly sick this weekend.
Yeah.
The weather cool off kind of finally hit me. But it was good. My Eagles won yesterday. Best team in the, land.
Oh, yeah. Good. And I see you have the shirt on, so you're representing.
It'll be my uniform every Monday. We win for the rest of the season. I'm committed to it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad that happened. It's when you got to stay home and chill because you're not feeling well. It's good when your team wins. Yeah, I think you can hear it in my voice. I'm fighting off a cold, but I refuse to give in because I've been sick too many times already this year. I went to the swearing in for the council member for my district, and it was a very happy occasion because she won. I mean, our district has been through so much drama with the targeting of Mark Ridley Thomas, which was ridiculous, and then we were without a council person, and then Councilmember Hutt had to step in and save the day and was under so much pressure and did an excellent job leading in adversity. You know how they say, you know how they do in America when it's a whole hot mess that no one else wants to put their hands on. Give it to a black woman to fix, and she has done an amazing job. I was happy she won. She had a tough challenger, and she won by a lot. So that just goes to show you what it looks like when somebody's hands-on and hitting the ground running. And, she didn't have to learn the district. She's been born and raised in the 10th, in the Leimert Crenshaw area. It was a beautiful night. It was at the First AME Church, and the choir was slamming, and the crowd was jamming. It was packed up in there. It was nice to see, it was a very blackety-black event, but she also had good representation from Latinos, Koreans, and some Jewish folks that make up the 10th. The 10th is a huge and very ethnically mixed council district. They had Korean food, they had Korean drumming, a rabbi did a prayer, even though it was Friday, and of course you had the Christian prayer, and it was just really nice. And then it's funny because you look up, everyone on stage is black. Well, it's the mayor, check. Head of the city council, check. Head of the LA County Federation of Labor, check. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying we won't share, but as a black Angelino, it's a beautiful thing to look up and see the blackety-black goodness of leadership that we are enjoying at this moment in time. And then the people in the audience, it was a who's who of LA elected officials. And that's also a testament to Councilmember Hutt's ability to work across the aisle. You could say, what do you mean work across the aisle? They're all Dems. Okay. But we know that Democrats have a large range from the Joe Manchin-y to the Isabel Jurado-y, from very progressive to almost a Republican. So everybody was there, and they were celebrating. She was there with her 3 sons. It was just a lovely night. So happy to be part of it. Happy KBLA could be part of it. And she is officially sworn in. So actually, officially the only black woman on the LA City Council. We did that. 10th District. We did that. And I think it's a perspective that's much needed. The mama perspective, the black woman perspective, and the Leimert Park viewpoint. All that was in the building, and that made me happy. I hope it made you happy as well. There's a lot going on, as usual, locally, nationally, and internationally. We'll cover all of it today. We've got space in the place. Lots of room for you to call in and opine today. And I will be here. I know folks think it's holiday season, but we'll be around and we'll be live. So prepare to call and speak your truth or just show some love. 'Tis the season, right? 800-920-1580. We will continue this conversation, you, me, and the universe when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
Somebody bring out the confetti, baby!
Starting Monday, January 6th, KBLA Talk 1580 has a new midday lineup.
I'm excited.
Are you ready for Tavis Smiley, Dr. Cornel West, Jesse Jackson Jr., D.L. Hughley, and E. Quarterly Corte back-to-back?
Oh, my God.
Are you really ready for all this smoke?
I'm ready, brother.
Yes, we still have Dominique DiPrima in the mornings and Zoe Williams in the evenings, but middays just got lit on KBLA Talk 1580.
We on fire.
All across America, people are talking about our new midday lineup. Starting Monday, January 6th, our KBLA 1580 app downloads are on fire because everybody's going to be tuning in.
Yes, I love you guys. You are the bomb.
Now would be a good time to hit up SMB at KBLA1580.com if you want folks to hear about your business or brand. That's SMB at KBLA1580.com. It's going up in 2025 on KBLA Talk 1580.
It's going up.
That's what I want.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Roll Charmin ultra strong when you drop in the beat. It cleans with way less effort on your seat. Yeah, roll it, drop it. Yeah, roll it, drop it. Okay. Charmin flows extra strong from the road. Your butt hella clean while you're sitting on the bowl. Yeah, it's all you need for that bathroom groove. Get you in and out without nothing to prove.
Charmin Ultra Strong cleans better so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Martha was ready to switch to a career in IT.
There's always a need for IT specialists, especially with AI coming out and cybersecurity. It's practically recession-proof.
My Computer Career even provides job placement help.
The career specialists, they're very helpful. They care about you as a person. You're not just a number to them. I would recommend My Computer Career wholeheartedly to anyone.
Take the free career evaluation today. Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. Not available in Washington State.
Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive.
Hi, I'm Jesse Jackson Jr. You've been hearing me guest host here on KBLA Talk 1580, and I'm having a blast. But I'm excited about joining the official lineup here at KBLA Talk 1580 starting Monday, January 6th at 1 p.m. Start your day with First Things First and Dominique DiPrima at 6 a.m. Check out Tavis Smiley at 9 a.m. Tune into Truth Time with Dr. Cornell West and Nina Turner at 12 noon, and then tap in with me on The Jesse Jackson Jr. Show at 1 p.m. weekdays. I served 17 years in the U.S. Congress, and I can tell you it's going to be a rough 4 years, so let's navigate this journey together. It's The Jesse Jackson Jr. Show, starting Monday, January 6th at 1 p.m. on KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Your ancestors' favorite radio station, and your favorite morning show host. Let's get back to Dominique DiPrima right now.
Right now, we, we're welcoming into our morning space an author who's also a member of the KBLA delegation. He is well known in the community, and he sent me his book. It's called Nigga Notes and Quotes, a collection of the proper knowledge for the proper purpose. It is an incalculable and powerful assortment of assets with no force too mighty to conquer. That's the title of the book. That wasn't just me riffing. That's the whole title of the book. He said that after listening to the show, he felt we could use a little notes and quotes. And so we are welcoming him into the show. He is an author, an activist, and a living legend. Damani, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation to come on the show. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you've been a long time Angelino, right? How long have you been living here?
I'm a transplant from Milwaukee, where I did most of my organizing, and so I've been here since 1983. I came out, about 41 years ago?
Yeah, I was about to say, I think when you hit the 30-year mark, you probably should be considered an Angelino, right? I don't know. I don't know what the cutoff is, but I just made that up, so we're going with that.
I'm like a Miles, who is a Philadelphia fan. I'm also a Green Bay fan and a Milwaukee Buck fan.
Okay, so maybe you don't get the title. You guys can't even get to a California team, but, it's all good. It's all love.
Like the Lakers, and the Clippers. So I have all the jerseys and went to the games. So I'm not just that.
You know what? I heard that Clipper fans don't count as Angelinos. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Clipper fans will bang on you. I'm just kidding. So,
I hear you.
So, tell me a little bit about your activism and the activism that led to this book right here.
Well, it started in 1969, and I was just out of the Navy. I joined the Navy, and I was just out of the Navy, and I went to an institution called the Black People's Topographical Research Center. I know they had one here in L.A., but it was we referred to it as the top, and I became a spokesman for the Topographical Center in 1969, and worked with the Topographical Center since then, all the way till I got here in 1983.
Okay. So I'm talking about LA activism right now. Because I know you said most of it took place back home, but
I was
This is our LA hour right here, and it's our West Coast hour. And I want to add for people that haven't seen this book of notes and quotes, I'm not going to keep saying that all morning, but it's all printed in red, black, and green. I'm talking about inside, the actual ink inside the book. It goes from red to black to green to red to black to green throughout the entire book.
Yeah, that was intentional. And since I've been out here, I was a member of, when I first got out here, my brother was out here, and he was a member of the coalition against black exploitation that was headed by LeGrand Clegg, among others. And he was also a member of Marcus Garvey School with Dr. Palmer. And so I joined the Coalition Against Black Exploitation. And I think our focus at that time was trying to remove Larry Elder from KABC.
Yeah, I heard about that campaign. In fact, when Larry Elder ran for governor trying to upset Gavin Newsom, some other members of that coalition shared a tape of Elder saying the N-word about 1 million times in front of a crowd of white folks, and it generated a bunch of controversy, and I like to think it helped keep him out of the governor's seat. But that was some great work. You guys were not able to remove him, but you removed many of the sponsors, causing the radio station to freak out.
Yes, we did a lot of calling sponsors, urging them to listen to the show and then make a decision whether or not to continue supporting his rants and negative concepts about black people. He had a few that was way out of line with the current black progressive talk. And so his whole thing was, black people, we had to, bend the knee, settle down, just work hard, keep our nose clean, don't do anything wrong, and we'll be okay. And whatever white supremacy, whatever white oppression was taking place, don't worry about that. We'll overcome that with our hard work and our gratitude for being in America.
Right.
And we couldn't take that.
Well, I mean, if you look at his work over the years, and I know he's friends with someone that owns this radio station, but if you look at his work although they disagree on everything politically, I should add.
Tavis and him debating.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing about it is, if you really listen to him, he is a white supremacist. He's a white supremacist who happens to be black.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
yes,
so that was good work, and I mean, we can go through a whole history. I want to talk about some things happening today in the Los Angeles area, and run them through your not only your hat of activism here as a black man with long locks living in LA all these years, but also as the author with the collection of proper knowledge for the proper purpose, the lens of this book. That title reminds me a little bit of Neely Fuller, a kind of approach to life.
Yes, he was, I think, Professor Wilson was the one that brought him to mind for a lot of people. He was a grassroots organizer, grassroots thinker. And I think that's what we need in our space, to think about and see what power we do have. And in LA, we are expressing a lot of that power. I mean, I've enjoyed the Heather Hutt, Kamala, those who have won elected office from LA and are able to articulate our viewpoint on local, national, and international expressions, as I would say.
Right. Okay, so go ahead.
No, so go ahead on.
I wanted you to land. I thought you were landing, but go ahead and finish what you were saying.
No, just commenting on the fact that we have a lot of great, I'm older, but a lot of great younger people who have taken up the torch, and they're doing quite well as I see it. The progressives in LA and throughout the country are doing a great job articulating our viewpoint and what we will take from any administration and what we won't take. And so I appreciate that, enormously. And I think people in LA have been doing a great job as far as I can see. And I support all the activities. I try to, as much as possible, attend all the rallies, all of the things that go on as much as possible. So, and that's what I did. After the Coalition Against Black Exploitation, I did a lot of that.
Okay, so we're going to use your activist hat to give us some insight on some of what's going on today. Your activist hat, okay. Your notes and quotes knowledge, because it's really like kind of homegrown knowledge and wisdom, right? From your observations over the years. We just have about a minute and a half till news, traffic, and sports. You say, for example, we must believe in our people's capacity to achieve and overcome if we are to be more than little men with big grudges, equally divided between our hate for the enemy and dislike for each other.
Yes, it's a quote I gathered. I don't like to, as I noted in the book, I don't like to tell the names. I do remember some of the names, and I'm fairly sure, because when I was reading and writing, I'm fairly sure that comes from Dr. Malala Karinga. So,
okay.
So I don't really like to, because people take positions based on who said something.
Yeah, I know that's right.
As opposed to what was said. And some people don't like Dr. Karinga. Some people do, so they'll view the quote favorably.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't think that's just about like. I mean, you also look at people's history. Dr. Karinga has, a history of conflict with the Black Panther Party and his own criminal convictions. So, just like, but do the people that you quote? I mean, I would feel like people would want to get credit for their quotes. I know you're kind of paraphrasing. You're not directly quoting, right?
Yeah, no, I'm quoting directly. I think what I did was, in the book, as you see, I put a space for quotes, and then on the opposite page I had for notes. So people who know the person or know the quote, they can write down in the book. It's a space for them to write down who they think it is or who they know it is.
Oh, okay, I see. I guess I misunderstood. I was thinking we were writing our own notes, our own quotes in the notes. Anyway, we've got news, traffic, and sports, and then we're going to put your lens on some local issues and take some phone calls on KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
I'm Bree Wood with 4 things you should know from BIN News. 2 men were arrested for flying a drone near Boston's Logan Airport. A third suspect fled in a boat. The men faced trespassing and other charges. The Franklin fire in Southern California is nearly 40% contained. Evacuation orders for Malibu have been lifted and the Pacific Coast Highway is reopened. The fire has burned over 4,000 acres and destroyed 19 structures. According to the University of Maryland Institute for Health Computing, poor air quality from Western Canadian wildfires in June 2023 led to a 20% increase in heart and lung issues in Maryland. Smoke traveled 2,000 miles, causing 6 hotspot days with unsafe air quality. And a study by Portuguese researchers suggests regular coffee drinkers may add nearly 2 healthy years to their lifespan. The research was funded by the Institute for Scientific Information on Coffee. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 at BINnews.com.
Hello? You gotta get your story straight. What an idiot. Get it through your noodle. Don't give a rat's behind. That's baloney.
A new era begins.
begins.
And I'm just getting started.
Judy Justice.
Check your local listing to watch Judy Justice. Out now.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
I'm a bad man.
LeBron rejoined the Lakers Sunday night after an 8-day rest. He missed the last 2 games with a sore left foot, something he said will be an everyday thing for him the rest of the season. LeBron almost had a triple-double in the Lakers' 116-110 win over Memphis. He had 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. Anthony Davis was the star of the show with 40 points and 16 rebounds. The Clippers are at home tonight against Utah. A very poor performance by the Chargers in their home game Sunday against Tampa Bay. The Chargers got blown out 40-17. They were shut out in the second half. The Chargers defense gave up 511 yards in total offense and 4 touchdown passes to Tampa Bay quarterback Baker Mayfield. The Chargers are now 8-6. They need to regroup in a hurry. They play Denver Thursday night at SoFi. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
The revolution will not be televised.
This is Brother Cornell West. My dear brothers and sisters, I'm full of joy and delight to announce that I'm joining the precious family at KBLA Talk 1580, founded and led by my dear, dear brother Tavis Smiley himself. Yes, the name of the show is Truth Time, and I'll be working with the inimitable Nina Turner out of Cleveland, Ohio, sister of great vision, and we will be on weekdays at 12 noon. We will be following Brother Tavis Smiley's show. We will begin Monday, January the 6th. That's right, Monday, January the 6th. Get ready for a different kind of insurrection. We coming with Martin Luther King Jr. and Fannie Lou Hamer and Curtis Mayfield and Aretha Franklin, and gonna add a little Gil Scott Heron too, as Nina Simone sits at the center. That's right.
The revolution will be live.
That's what we gonna do. Please come with us on this fantastic voyage.
The revolution will put you in the driver's seat.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach? Transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal? Prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DiPrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
I thank you indeed. We're talking with Damani. He's compiled this book called Notes and Quotes. Well, it's really inward notes and quotes, a collection of the proper knowledge for the proper purpose and an incalculable and powerful assortment of assets with no force too mighty to conquer. What I did not realize is that these are all direct quotes without attributions. I'm surprised you haven't gotten sued, to be honest. But I guess it's also like a bit of a game because you want people to use the notes page to fill in who they think it is.
Yeah.
And you have pictures. So there's, I guess, some hints.
I'll give you a hint of a quote. And I'll just start it off.
Okay, just do it quick because I want to get into some of these local headlines.
We must be in the real world. We must be actual doers. You can lay around and tell yourself how great you are if you want to, and how you thought of this and thought of that, and how you should have did this or could have did that. That's just the beginning of the quote. It's on page 97, and that quote comes from your dad.
Yeah.
Dominique Baraka.
Sounds like my dad.
That is your dad.
I give you a quote from my dad. No, I'm just kidding. I'll give you.
Page 97.
Okay, well, thank you for including him.
Yeah,
okay.
He's on a number of quotes.
Say again?
That's just one. He's on a number of quotes. And my fourth son is named after him. His
Oh,
name
wow.
is Boozy
What an honor. What is his name?
Boozy Baraka.
Okay. Well, thank you for that honor. I'm sure, I know my whole family appreciates that. So one of the things that I think about a lot, Damani, is this idea that we hear bad news and we hear more of it because we have a more active news cycle and we also experience social media. Whereas before you'd read it in a paper and, it might take a while or might never get any traction. Seems like every story goes worldwide in minutes now. Not every story, but many. And so sometimes I think it's important to put things in perspective. You've been in LA since '82. You've been an activist since the '60s, and maybe you can put some of these stories in perspective. I'm going to start with the one that made me nauseous this weekend. ABC TV will pay $15 million to settle a defamation lawsuit brought by Trump. And this is, Trump's been suing and suing and suing media outlets and losing because defamation has a high bar. He didn't win this case. ABC decided to settle. And what the dispute was about, George Stephanopoulos said that Trump was an adjudicated rapist. Well, but he didn't quite say it in those words. He said that he was found to be. And the fact is, that's true. The judge, and he referred to this, the judge even said that the only reason it was called sexual assault rather than rape is because New York City has a very narrow definition of rape. But according to what we commonly think of as rape, that this is that. They would have won the case, but they decided to settle. What do you make of that?
Well, I think as we see the news outlets today, they are really attempting to normalize Trump. I read this, right before that. I read that Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook and Jeff Bezos of Amazon and the Washington Post are donating $1 million each to Trump's inaugural festivities.
Right. And apparently $1 million is the cover charge because he had threatened to jail Zuckerberg. I don't think he threatened to jail Bezos, but Bezos is worried about not getting those contracts because, of course, he has Amazon, but he also has other companies, including a rocket company, just like Elon Musk. Yeah. I think because Elon is the new first lady, that everybody feels that that other people will be pushed out of competition for anything having to do with rocket science.
Well, he's operating right now. I think I was watching World News Tonight, and some senator was referring to him as President Trump. Right now, and I thought we only had one president at a time.
And that's the law.
And he's stepping over Biden because Biden is allowing him to do that. I also didn't like the fact that when Biden won, Trump didn't sit down with Biden and say, welcome to the White House, and these are the things that we are doing and what you can continue to do if you're not. Biden welcomed him.
Of course he didn't, because Trump is a big man baby. But I guess what I'm asking here, too, is because we get so much alarmism. Do you think this is so far away from anything that has happened over the years of your activism? You know, you think about Nixon and different people.
Yeah, when I look at Trump and I look at this last election, and I think you know my position on that, I think that, and I've heard a lot of pundits say that Kamala didn't appeal to the working class. Well, in my mind, what that means is the white working class. Because if you look at North Carolina, a Democrat won, but Kamala didn't win North Carolina. If you look at Pennsylvania, a Democrat won the governorship, but she didn't win Pennsylvania. And Michigan, and so forth and so on. Places where Democrats won, meaning that Democrats do have an appeal to the white working class. Kamala didn't. So I attribute her defeat to racism and sexism.
Or else they cheated. I mean, that's another or it's probably both. I think it's probably both. But I'm speculating, of course.
But I like what you said earlier in your conversation, that if you want a tough job done, give it to a black woman.
Yeah.
If you want to, no one else can do, give it to a black woman. And that's what I'm urging Joe Biden to do. I know she only will have about 30 days as president. I'm urging him to resign and give it to Kamala. And I think that Kamala would assert the fact, if she was to become president, she would assert the fact that she's the president. She would not tolerate Trump running around acting as if he's the president already.
Right.
You know, because he's only one cheeseburger away from expiring anyway. But
yeah.
That's me.
Well, we're going to speed up these a little bit because I have a bunch of stories. So much happened over the weekend. If you want to throw in a note or a quote for these conversations, you know, I'm trying to put things in perspective, connecting your long history of activism with where we are today. Because although I am very alarmed, I also think it's important to keep things in perspective. You know, we've dealt with a lot of things before, including enslavement, Jim Crow, the McCarthy era, the Nixon era. I didn't realize 20,000 subscribers dropped the LA Times after the publisher decided not to endorse Kamala Harris. And if they're saying, and that's according to the LA Times, so if they're reporting that, it's probably more like 30 or 40,000. Way more than that dropped the Washington Post. Now this guy, the publisher, Patrick Soon-Chung, is saying he's going to create this bias meter to have AI decide what news stories are biased and what aren't. Put that in a historical perspective. Certainly as a media activist who helped a successful boycott of Larry Elder.
Well, what the LA Times? I remember when I first got here, I read the Herald because they were more fair to black people. But what the LA Times has done is highlighted black negativism and normalized white grievance. In other words, nowadays, white grievance is, as you see in the fact they're trying to eliminate black studies. They're trying to eliminate AP courses in black. They're trying to eliminate diversity, equity, inclusion. They're doing all those things because it goes against the sensibilities of whites. And so in the news today, you will see a lot of that kind of juxtaposition with black negativity. You know, they highlight the stealing and the running into the stores and putting that on the news, reflecting that over and over again. But they seldom put in what whites are doing in terms of the outrageous things they're doing with black women in terms of DEI, with black.
But this is not new, is my point. I mean, these struggles are not new, at least not in journalism. I think it's worth pointing out that these billionaires are buying up these papers. It's for a reason. They're not doing it for charity. It's Bezos that owns the Washington Post. This guy owns the LA Times, and another billionaire who owns it's actually a billionaire majority shareholder in USA Today. So I'm just pointing out that I don't think that's new, but perhaps it's reaching a new level of.
I think it's in the modern era. I think it started with Fox News, so-called news, with Murdoch, spending millions of dollars, losing millions of dollars to put that point of view in, and what you see today is the foreign influence in our news.
Okay, more on that when we come forward. You hold that thought. I will also say that if he really wants a truly balanced and fair paper, he needs to get some LA reporters to report on LA. I remember calling one guy when I was angry about coverage of something in Inglewood. I reached out to the reporter. He emailed me back, and he was in New York. And he was like, "Prairie, where exactly is that? I'm in Manhattan. I don't really know the streets around there. Prairie, Manchester." Step 1 for your bias-o-meter. Get some doggone LA reporters that are in LA. How about that? You don't even need AI for that. Continuing our conversation with Dia Damani and you, if you want to get in it, on KBLA Talk 1580.
Say the quiet part out loud. KBLA Talk 1580.
Have you heard of the 50-30-20 rule? This can help you spend and save your money wisely. So, how does it work? Distribute your dollars into 3 buckets. 50% towards needs, 30% towards your wants, and 20% goes to savings. Use this tool to help your journey to financial success. Sponsored by J.P. Morgan Chase & Company.
Add confidence to every holiday adventure and get it done with a rugged and capable Chevy truck or SUV. Now, during Red Tag, get 0% APR financing for 36 months on select Chevy models when you finance with GM Financial. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Offer available on all 2025 Equinox and 2024 Equinox EV, Blazer EV, and Silverado EV models. Monthly payment is $27.78 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment is 26.8%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 1/2/25.
On behalf of the Ayers family, KBLA Talk 1580 announces the public funeral services for our very own Robin Ayers on Saturday, December 21st, 12 noon, in the living room at the Faithful Central Bible Church, 400 West Florence Avenue in Inglewood. Robin will be sorely missed by all who knew her and the many lives she touched. We will hold on to our fondest memories forever. Family and friends are invited to come celebrate Robin's joyful life Saturday, December 21st at 12 noon in the living room at Faithful Central Bible Church, 400 West Florence Avenue in Inglewood. KBLA Talk 1580 extends sincere condolences to the Ayers family. Robin will always be in our hearts.
Here's another great reason to use the United States Postal Service this season. Your boxes are wrapped and the gifts are in. Our employees are ready. Let the holiday ride begin. Let's start with the price. It's easy to manage when you ship with the reliable USPS Ground Advantage. In just a few days, it's sure to arrive. We're working nonstop to keep the spirit alive. USPS Ground Advantage, the affordable and reliable shipping solution for the holidays. Visit USPS.com/advantage.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing.
It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Find a righteous rage and don't be afraid to say what you see. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
Yes, indeed, we are. And just listening to that spot, Canna got me into another place for a second. Yeah, we'll be laying our friend and colleague Robin Ayers to rest on Saturday. Yeah. And the prayers continue for her family and all of those who are experiencing loss this holiday season. I feel like one of the things that makes November to the new year tough is all of us who are experiencing the first or the second or the 10th annual holiday without that person or persons, our parents, our loved ones who are gone too soon. So know that we are here with you and for you, and definitely a shoulder to cry on, a place to vent, and a home for fellowship. We got you. We got you. That's why we're here. We're talking with Damani. He sent me his book. He wanted to be on the show. He is a legend here in the community. And the book, notes and quotes. Notes and quotes. A collection of the proper knowledge for the proper purpose. This is also a testament to your reading, I guess, since all these notes and quotes are actually direct quotes from people. It's like a giant Black History quiz. Anyway.
Yes, a lot of the quotes come from people that I've met and that I've had
really?
conversations.
Yeah, but some of them can't because there's no way you met Marcus Garvey.
Well, I sat across from Kwame Ture. He came to my sister-in-law's house. She was a member of the All African People's Revolutionary Party, and we sat across the dinner table from each other. Had a serious debate about the progress of the struggle.
I mean, I'm looking at these pictures. Harriet Tubman is here. I'm pretty sure you didn't meet her. Frederick Douglass.
No, I'm not like Trump. He thinks Frederick Douglass
is doing a very good job. Who mixes up Frederick Douglass with Tim Scott.
Yeah, I have met David Du Bois, W.B. Du Bois' grandson.
Where do we find your book, by the way, if people want to buy it?
I have a few copies left.
Oh, okay. You're almost sold out.
I don't have any. I'm going to have to order some more. The book was a collaborative effort between me and Brother Tanama Mumba, who wrote the foreword, and he's passed away since then.
Rest in peace. Okay. And well, this is real interesting. We were talking about the news, but we've got Dee from LA on the phone. Let's see what Dee's got to say. Good morning.
Good morning, Dominique. How are you?
Good. Oh, I thought you were from Long Beach.
I'm in LA right now.
Okay, so you're Dee from LA. What you got to say to Mr. Damani?
Actually, I didn't have a question for him. I had a general comment.
Okay.
But if it's off the topic, we can do it another day.
No, go for it, and then let's see what Damani has to say about it. Y'all can engage.
Okay. Everything is political, but everything is also economic and de facto geopolitical, conforming to realpolitik. That said, I have a solution to the latter, meaning the last of these two. One, you establish a financial board whose members are the major Black religious denominations. Two, we start with personal shoppers who converge on a pickup point for grocery items. And three, we branch out into Black correlated businesses such as dry cleaning, fish markets, laundromats, water stores, appliance repair, and rides to and from the grocery store.
When you say personal shoppers, you're talking about shoppers who can take your dollars and buy black?
that could be a part of it, yes.
Okay, what do you say about that, Damani?
Well, I applaud that effort. I at one time tried to do that. I had what I would say a side business where I would go to the grocery store. This was maybe 20 years ago, up until about 10 years ago or 15 years ago. And I would buy groceries, and I would go into the community and sell them at a discount price. And I would use coupons. I would get maybe $200 worth of groceries and sell them, at a real discount. And people in the neighborhood and places I sold appreciate it. So those are efforts that I support. If that's what you're talking about, building up black business and black institutions, I support that wholeheartedly. We need more of that. I remember when the Jewish community, when they want something done, they use economics to get it done.
I mean, they're not the only ones, but we've done that successfully. Isn't that what the Montgomery bus boycott was?
Yes, and I think those efforts have to be continued, even though we've had success in it. And one of the things that we do incorrectly is that we drop our efforts once we have some success in it, and then we have to start all over again. I think in this era coming up, we're going to have to maintain whatever institutions we build and push forward all the time. And one of the quotes I like to use is, failure is not bad in itself. Only resignation is bad. Stumble is not, African proverb says, the stumble is not to fall, only to go forward faster.
Yeah. You got any thoughts on that, Dee?
Well, I have 3 points, and I'll close. We need artisans like cobblers, plumbers, electricians, carpenters, steam fitters. In a capitalist society, if you do not own anything, you get no respect. And finally, I will say that world socialism would be an upgrade, but it is not a case of either or, market-based black nationalism. It is both. Socialism, at least stateside, would enable sloth among black people. What I'm saying is that we can and will have both.
Okay. You got a minute here, Damani. Time flies when you're on the radio. I don't know if you want to respond to Dee, make another point, or give us your favorite quote.
Yeah, I would say this. One of the things that black people somehow don't really fully, I wouldn't say understand, but fully appreciate is the fact that we've done efforts for economics our whole existence in this country, as we can say about Black Wall Street, Greenwood, Rosewood, Elaine, Arkansas. And black people establish businesses, establish all the things that he's talking about, only to get undone by white violence and white supremacy. Yes. Mm-hmm. But I'll just here. In closing, one of my favorite quotes is a take on, people say when you do the same thing over and over again and get the same results, that's insanity.
Yeah, that's. I think that's Albert Einstein, repeating the same thing over and over and getting. Oh yeah, I'm not supposed to say that's your thing. Secret quotes. Well, Dia Damani. Yeah, we're up against the clock here, but it's a pleasure talking with you, and hopefully you'll keep calling in on days when you're not talking with us for the full hour, and this will continue. To be continued. N-word notes and quotes from Dia Damani, news, traffic, and sports, and it'll be time for Mindful Monday on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with 4 things you should know from BIN News. Evacuation orders for Malibu have been lifted and the Pacific Coast Highway is reopened. The fire has burned over 4,000 acres and destroyed